On the news tonight, FG declares Friday, Monday as public holidays. Release in Nnamdi Kanu creates 6 southeast states on Neze. I advise Atiku Tinubu to step down for younger generations. Nigeria now divided more than Civil War era. Sanusi. And to sports. Adesanya to earn double of Pereira's payouts in UFC 287. You are watching the news from BGI TV Current. Kindly subscribe on the handle, and for you to have more of our updates, you need to subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access our broadcast. Now the news in detail. The Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, made a declaration in Abuja in a statement signed by the ministry's permanent secretary, Shuaib Balgore. On Wednesday, the federal government has declared Friday 7th and Monday 10th April 2023 as public holidays to mark this year's Easter celebration. Aregbesola urged Christians to emulate the virtues of sacrifice, togetherness, forgiveness, kindness, love, peace, and patience, which were attributes and practices of Jesus Christ, as exemplified by his ministry on earth. The minister called on Christians and all Nigerians to use the occasion of this year's Easter celebration to pray for an end to the security challenges in parts of the country. Aregbesola assured that the federal government is doing all that is necessary to ensure a peaceful transition of government following the peaceful conduct of elections. Going on to the next story. As Nigeria draws closer to May 29th, the Oneze Indibo on Wednesday issued 4 demands the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu must meet to pacify Igbos. Oneze Secretary General Okechukwu Izeguzoro said Tinubu should release Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, unconditionally. Izeguzoro said releasing Kanu would restore peace and security in the southeast. He noted that Tinubu must ensure the Southeast produces the next Senate President of Nigeria. Speaking, the Oneze chieftain and said Tinubu must ensure the actualization of the 6 states in the Southeast. According to Izeguzoro, Tinubu is a progressive, he is a strategist. Tinubu's government would not be like Buhari's government. The only problem Tinubu has is age on his side, and most of the people who made Buhari not to succeed are queuing behind him because of some of the challenges he's having following the 2023 election. Going on to the next story. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka has revealed how he advised the 2023 presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, and his All Progressive Congress APC counterpart, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to step down for the younger generation. Soyinka spoke while featuring on the Arise television morning show on Wednesday today. Recall that Tinubu won the 2023 presidential election, beating close rivals Atiku and Labour Party's Peter Obi. Atiku and Obi have since headed to the court to challenge Tinubu's victory. When Atiku came to my office in Ikeja, he came with Benga Daniel, my former governor. I said to him, listen, it's about the time you people left the stage. Why don't you just go away? We need an infusion of fresh blood into the system, Soyinka said. The former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Mohammed Sanusi, says the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Mohammed Sanusi, says Nigeria is currently more divided than it was during the Civil War between July 1967 and January 1970. He said Nigeria has been divided dangerously along ethnic and religious lines, putting the integrity of public institutions in question. Sanusi spoke on Tuesday at the 3rd Nigeria Leadership Colloquium in honor of the senior pastor of the Trinity House, Lagos, Itua Igodalo, who turned 62. I don't think Nigeria has been in a place as difficult as this since the Civil War. We have a challenge of nation building. We have a country that has been divided dangerously along ethnic and religious lines. Going on to the next story. The Are Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yorubaland, Iba Gani Adams, has reacted to the religious crisis between Muslims and traditional worshippers in Ile-Ife, Osun State. The High Chief warned those behind the crisis to desist from their actions. Speaking in Amuwo-Dufin in Lagos at the Harvest of Praise program of the Eledumare Festival, he stated that the Yorubas would resist any attempt to deintegrate the revered stool and palace of the Oni of Ife. The Southwestern leader vowed that Yoruba elders would not fold their hands and watch religious fanatics cause an avoidable disruption of peace. He said Muslims, Christians, and traditional religion believers have been living together in peace in Ile-Ife for centuries without crisis. Why are some people now using religion to fan the embers of discord in Yoruba land? Oni's palace is our glass house. It is our heritage. Nobody, no matter how highly placed in our country or society, has the audacity to throw stones at the palace, which is the heritage of my race. Adams, however, hailed the Oni, His Royal Highness Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, for handling the Ife crisis in a mature manner. Going on to the next story from Plateau State. The Plateau State House of Assembly complex has been sealed off by the State Police Command. Their speakerships crisis in the state may not be unconnected to the sealing. At 5 a.m., a team of anti-riot policemen arrived at the assembly complex and barricaded the main entrance. A source said that the house is divided into two factions, each loyal to the current speaker, Yakubu Senda, and the reinstated speaker, Ayuba Abok, who was impeached in October 2021. A court had reinstated Abok on Monday, and the next day he stormed the complex to take charge of the assembly. From Plateau State, we'll go to the north, Jigawa. Jigawa State Hisbah Corps has ordered the immediate closure of all beer parlours and prostitution spots during the month of Ramadan. The state Hisbah commandant, Ibrahim Dahiru, said this on Tuesday in an exclusive interview with Daily Post. He said the move is part of the Corps effort to stem social vices during Ramadan. Dahiru explained that the Hisbah Corps has conducted sensitization for commercial sex workers and alcohol sellers. According to him, we have gone round to such areas across the state and warned the perpetrators of the offences to quit their illegitimate businesses during this holy month of Ramadan or leave the state. In case of just joining, you are watching the world news from BGI TV Current. Next to come. The Niger State Police Command has arrested two suspected kidnappers connected to the killing of Madam Abubakar Yahya, the village head of Gusase in Boso local government area, after collecting money 1.5 million naira. Information recalls that on March 15, 2023, at about 11 p.m., suspected gunmen attacked to Gusase village via Meikunkele. According to the Niger State Police Command, Public Relations Officer DSP Wasiu Abiodun, the assailants shot Abubakar Yahya, the village head, and kidnapped his daughter to an unknown destination. Abiodun, who spoke in Mina, said the hoodlums recently invaded houses of victims in Barkuta and Sabongari in Beji, Boso LGA, where they shot dead one Manel. He said that the kidnappers further abducted one Al-Aji Hassan Gusasi and macheted chairman Gan Malim of Miyeti Allah in the area. He explained, consequently, based on these recent incidents in Beji and its environs, police operatives attached to FIB Tactical Squad arrested the two suspects based on a tip-off on March 31, 2023. On to foreign story. World Health Organization (WHO) has stressed the need for government to prioritize investment in education, skills, and decent jobs for health to meet the rapidly growing demand for medics and avert a projected shortage of 10 million health workers by 2030. In a statement issued ahead of its 75th anniversary on April 7th, the organization called on government and leaders to take action to protect and invest in health workers and other caregivers who are the front of the response to health and climate emergencies. WHO also called for a renewed drive for health inquiry to face off unprecedented threats after the deadliest and most destructive war in human history. 75 years ago, the constitution of the WHO came into force, a treaty between the nations of the world recognizing health as not only a fundamental human right, but also fundamental to peace and security. To end the news is a sports story. Israel Adesanya, a challenger in the UFC 287 will earn 2 times the entitlement of champion Alex Pereira when the duo fight in the middleweight championship at the Miami-Dade Arena in Miami, Florida on Sunday, April 9, 2023. The UFCA heads to Miami, Florida for the first time since UFC 42 in April 2003. The fight fans in South Florida are in for a treat with what the UFC has put on. Pereira and Adesanya go to battle for a 4th time in combat sports. The first fight between these two was sensational, so you can expect more of the same here in what looks to be the last installment. The Sport Daily app done a deep dive into the salaries, fighting pay, and incentive pay for the upcoming UFC 287. That ends the world news this hour. Before we go, some major headlines. FG declares Friday, Monday as public holidays. Release in Nnamdi Kanu creates 6th Southeast state. Ohaneze makes demand. Presidential election, I advise Atiku Tinubu to step down for younger generation. Shoyinka. And on sport, Adesanya to earn double of Pereira's payout in UFC 287. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is BGI TV Current. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell, select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For updates of your advert placement of goods and services, kindly dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placements only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. Good evening.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million.